Today we are going to make a historical reconstruction of a 17th century recipe from manuscript. So it was handwritten by Constantijn Huygens. But it was actually a recipe that was very popular in the 17th century, so you can find it in many other published sources as well. And the recipe explains how to make angel water. I hope that because we're with such a diverse group today, including a perfumer from Paris and an expert in cosmetics, different historians, all with their own expertise, that not only will we understand sort of historically what is angel water, but perhaps we also get some ideas of how we can maybe use this substance today.
This is quite a hard substance, so I think this is a lot of work. If you think about how long they would have taken in the 17th century, that probably would have been hours. I also can't imagine Constantijn Huygens doing this himself, so you immediately think that there would be a lot of servants also working in his kitchen all aboard.
I'm grinding the benzoë, so this is it's like a raisin. And it has to look like this, so I'm making a kind of a powder out of it. It has a very nice, soft, vanilla smell.
It doesn't really say anything about the order in which we are supposed to add everything, but it's probably a good idea to first add all the dry materials and mix the dry materials together so that they're all sort of blended, and then add the wet materials and then sort of heat it. So this is batch 2 of the angel water, this time without wine, only made with rose water. And because some recipes advise to distill the angel water rather than just heat it, we've now created a mixture that we're going to put up for distillation. And for that I'm just going to pour it into this alembic. Now we want it to boil, because the boiling will create the volatile substances that we then will bring down into this coil here. And the coil will be cooled by water constantly, and the cooling will cause condensation, and this condensation we will capture here.
I've been very happy to participate because it was very creative and in a historical way as well. So, looking back at the roots of perfumery and trying to remake something that was done centuries ago.
We had nice exchanges on the topic of perfumery, the history of perfumery. We did some cutting and cooking together. The result is very promising. Both the distillation that we did and the cooking, very different results. And I think that's also very interesting to see. And it was a lot of fun as well.
I think today was quite a wonderful day. Again, the new fragrance is very intense, which makes me realize that people in the old days had more they need more fragrances to actually activate their brain or their smell, which I think is quite impressive.
We learned a lot. We did it for the second time, and it was totally different in comparison with the first time. So that's also very interesting, why and how.
This recipe was collected by Constantijn Huygens, but it came from a royal apothecary in England. It was the Queen's perfumer, but there were so many different variations on this one recipe, so that was an eye-opener.
I think what was particularly interesting to me was to see these long threads between the 17th century and the historical recipes, and how someone who is an expert in cosmetics, someone who is an expert in perfume, sort of experiences these procedures today. I think that's for me the most interesting part of today, and also something that I would like to explore further.